groups, people stuck in Israel.
Today we're gathered on the Arcata Plaza in Northern California to join with about 150 other peace vigilers wanting to stop the occupation of the Palestinians by the Israeli army. We've had an hour vigil where we've shared some of our personal experiences. People here have been teachers and professors in the Mideast and with a service organization there, and we all feel deep in our hearts that we wanted to have some expression for our grief of the death and grievous conditions in Palestine today, which our American dollars are going to pay for. The helicopters which I saw go over, I've been to the West Bank and Israel 6 times. I've seen olive trees being uprooted. I've been in demolished homes, and my heart cries out that this continues. So we've gathered today to really in mourning. I have a calla lily symbolizing that, joining others around the world who call a stop to the occupation. President Carter said that there had to be a land for peace, and that meant the settlements getting out of the Palestinian territory, and then there will be peace. We're gathered here just at the finish of our vigil. We've sat in silence, and our prayers have gone out across the world to the West Bank in coordination and communication with the others around the world who are vigiling for ending the occupation of Palestine. Would someone else like to say who they are? And I'm Edith Eckert of Arcata, California, and I'm happy that this many people came today to join others.
My name is Robert Bruce. I live here in Arcata, and I am really, really bitter about this United States subsidy of Israel for the last 47 years. We give Israel $300 million a month. The Arabs are all villains and the Jews are all saints. I'm tired of that.
And I'm John Macklin of Arcata, and I was also in the Middle East last summer this time with the United Nations multinational forces, and visited the situation there and loved all the people that I came across, and it was wonderful to see how many people feel the same way we're talking about right now as individuals wanting to see peace.
My name is Rudy Ramp, also a resident of Arcata. I was in East Jerusalem in 1994 for the unfortunate experience of the Hebron massacre. I have never, and I have worked overseas in developing countries for over 30 years, and I must say I have never experienced oppression like I experienced in East Jerusalem. Thank you.
I'm Vicky Turner, and I'm his wife.
My name is Salma Sontag, and I lived in the Near East for many years. My children going to school in Beirut, and I have seen the Palestine refugee camps, which are very sad.
Well, I'm Betsy Harrell, and my husband Bryant Harrell's beside me. He wants me to talk. We have lived in the Middle East for 20 years. 3 of those were in Jordan. During that time we went off into both Syria, Lebanon, the West Bank, the rest of Israel, and other Arab countries. We have friends in Israel and in Jordan, many in Jordan, and we keep our thoughts, particularly with our Palestinian friends, because we feel that they are suffering unjustly, and we too are very sad that our country finances the Israeli settlements and weapons
and war machine
and weapons that they use against Palestinian homes and people.
Laura?
I'm Laura Zerzan from Arcata, and I'm here to be a witness for peace, both for the Palestinians and the Israelis.
I'm Darcy Macklin, and I'm from Arcata. And I realize that there are many people who may be watching this video who think, well, it's an old problem, an age-old problem, and it's just going to continue and nothing we can do will help it. And I believe that just standing up as we are today helps it, helps us so that we can have peace.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'm Franklin Brown of Arcata, and I'm kind of in the grassroots of understanding the seriousness of war and people who are innocent being killed, and it doesn't accomplish anything more, but it gained money for a few, and it's not right for people should die for a few to get rich. And I think this war machine has gone far enough, and we should excalibrate by admitting the truth, who's behind this machine, and if the people group together, we can confront the machine and say, stop, please, do not kill no more. Thank you.
I'm Michael Shapiro from West Haven, and I'm here to support the Israeli women who have been doing this vigil against the occupation for many years. I support all efforts of peace, and I feel that peace can only come after justice is served. And in this case, Palestinians need to get their land and their country back. That has to happen first before any peace can take place.
Yeah, I'll say something. The problem is Zionism.
Say your name, please.
That's what it is. And the thing about it is, it goes back to the Old Testament where it says, I think it was Abraham was told he would get north, south, east, west. But I took a concordance, a Bible concordance, and it was really interesting. The words come out to spiritual truth. And all this stuff about a literal occupation, people would look further. They see that God has always wanted us to be, to be spiritual people. And I was just going to bring that up because I think that's a big misunderstanding that Christianity has passed on. They got to get out their Bibles, they got to get out their concordances and start reading it the way the words, what they really mean. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
Behind you.
Well, my name is Jackie Hogan, and I live in Trinidad, California, United States of America. And I'm with an organization called Adi Dam, which is a spiritual community. And my teacher, Adi Da, talks about cooperation plus tolerance equals peace. And I've traveled to The Hague with Edith, bringing that banner along with me, and feel, as my teacher does and as other people do, that we have to reach across our polarized lines and find our common ground and our common heart and bring the world back through this incident and through every other incident in the world to an attitude of cooperation plus tolerance equals peace. And if we all took that up in all of our causes, that the world would change very quickly.
My name is Andrea Armand Hoyland, and I'm from Arcata. I could reiterate what most people have said, that certainly I'm here to support the Israeli women in black. And I would also, just to possibly increase understanding, I lived in Israel for over a year, quite a bit over a year, 2 different times. So I have lots of friends who are Israelis. I am not Jewish. I feel that I really understand the Zionist ideals, and I appreciate them, and what I see that is, all, in addition to the suffering of the Palestinian people, which is unacceptable in the conditions of war, I feel that anytime one is the oppressor, you give up something, and it's usually from the soul. And I feel that the soul of Zionism, which had the soul of the Jewish tradition, which is wonderful, has been I don't know, shrunken, and I think a lot has been lost, and I think that's why I feel I am for Israel at the same time as I am for the Palestinian people, because this is not good for Israel either, and not good for the Israelis. So I just want to put that as another, part of the understanding.
Thank you, Andrea. And I'd like to say that this worldwide vigils throughout the world was called together by the Jewish Jerusalem Women in Black, and they started vigiling against the occupation in 1989, and every Friday from 12 to 1, just as we have done here, they vigil on a prominent square in Jerusalem. I've joined them, and my heart goes out to them, and I thank them so much for organizing this worldwide chance for people with their hearts in the right places like we are to get together and express themselves. And thank you, channel, whoever is videoing this. Thanks a lot.
Table.